Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's another beautiful evening in Nova Scotia tonight, man. So I'm back down in Creepy Hole Hollow, and I came back. It's about 6 days since I was here last, and you'll recall in my last drift, I found Ganoderma tsugae on this here fallen hemlock. And at the time, I said, you know what? It's early. I'm not going to bother harvesting this. But tonight, I've been thinking about this nice mushroom here for about 6 days straight. And my Ganoderma tsugae supply is getting low. So I thought tonight, it's a nice night. I'm going to dart out, real quick drift, and harvest some of this here Ganoderma tsugae. So I brought just a reusable shopping bag. Now I have 3 good-sized nubs here. Now, they've gotten bigger since last time I was here, for sure. But they've also taken a little bit of a slug attack. Not horrible, but the slugs have been at them. So there's 3 of these guys here. I'm only going to take one of them, and I'm going to take this middle one. So I'm just going to get my knife in behind him here. He's squeaking fresh. Oh, and I dropped him, of course. Terrible. I'm so sorry to drop you like that, right in the dirt, too. Terrible. I'll get you all cleaned up when I get you home. Clean you up some now. So there we go. That is I dented him, too, when I dropped him. Silly. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, you're going to make wonderful medicine for me for the winter. So, that's awesome. I've got myself my Ganoderma tsugae. I'll bring it in here so you guys can see it up really close, if I can get the camera to focus on it. So that's the underside there. Nice and white. I can smell this mushroom from here. That's the edge, or what's called the margin. And then this here part, it's the body of the mushroom. Very cool. Now I'll take this home and slice it up thin and get it in the dehydrator. The other reason I didn't harvest any last time I was here was because it was only a day or 2 from the weekend, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to dehydrate them in time before we were gone for the weekend. So anyway, that's number 1. He's going in my bag and coming home with me. Now, that being said, since these guys were early, 6 days ago when I was here, I kind of did a little bit of wandering, a little bit further downstream. I didn't see too much, but when I saw these guys again, I got looking around, and there's a rather large hemlock tree laying on the embankment back there, and I think I see more Ganoderma tsugae on it, or hemlock reishi, whatever, reishi. In Nova Scotia, I think we consider this reishi pretty much. So I'm going to clamber up the hill, man, and see if I can actually find some more of this. I think I see some buttons. It might all be too small to bother with. Even if I just get this one, that'll slice up and that'll provide me a good few teas for the next few months. But Ganoderma tsugae only has so long that you're going to find it. So it'd be like between now and maybe mid-June, I guess, is what I'm thinking. So I gotta have a hustle on if I'm going to find any. If this is all I ever get, that's fine too. So let's head up the hill, see if we can find some more. Oh, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I've managed to scramble up here, which in itself was no easy feat, man. What I just came up was pretty steep, but I'm up here now. And there are more Ganoderma tsugae up here. They're all pretty fresh, man. So I'm going to grab some. Some of these have not even been slugged at all yet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 good nubs there. And there's probably 3 or 4 more good nubs further down. So I'm going to grab 2 from each little group here. These ones aren't huge. This one's a little bit bigger. He's very dense. There we go, nice little nub on that one. This is just amazing for me to find these at all. This one's got a bit more slug damage, but he still feels okay. I'm going to get this guy too. He grew around some branches, but that's okay. I'll clean him up a little. There's another nice little nub of Ganoderma tsugae. I'll show you where I've climbed to here in a second. I'm going to be very careful, especially playing with my knife. So yeah, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming. So I'll grab this guy too. Nice little nub. Beautiful. I'll get these guys because I don't know when I'm going to be back. I've got other places to look at. So, and just this week, I'd really like to get out after some Serioporus squamosus this week. But we'll talk about that later maybe. So now there's a bunch more a little bit further down. I'll see if I can get to them. So these ones down here are the better looking 3. But there's still, oh, there's one right there I didn't even see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in this little group. So I'm just gonna grab these 2, I think. If I fall to my doom, it's an indicator that I shouldn't bother with them, I guess. I'm not gonna fall to my doom. I'm so grateful to have found these guys. If you don't mind, I will take you and make you into beautiful medicine for my health, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the rest of you will be able to make more wonderful Ganoderma tsugae. Ah, I gotta get down out of this now. Getting down's almost harder than getting up. It might be easier if I could cross there, but I've got branches here that I can use to help me. I left my staff in the other tripod way down there, so let's make our way down without losing anything. For Ganoderma tsugae, it's worth it. Beautiful guys. Thank you so much. You're lovely. Lovely to have met you guys up here on this hillside. Right on. So way up here is where I ended up. Down there is where I got the first Ganoderma tsugae, or Reishi. Now let's see if I can navigate my way down this without getting injured. Once I get down out of this, I'm going to head upstream further towards the face and see if we can see any more. Look at the size of that hemlock. That is a huge tree, man. Very nice. All right, so a little bit further upstream, between down there and up here, I've come across a couple of old friends. And it's kind of like the universe provides night here tonight, because I am low on artist conch as well. My artist conch supplies are dwindling, so I'm very happy to find 3 nice little, they're not big, I would normally harvest bigger, but where I'm running out, I think I'm going to go for 2 out of 3 of these guys, because I see another one coming right down here as well. So with these guys, I'm just going to release them from the tree. Thank you so much. That's going to brown a little bit from me gripping on it. I'll put it here for a second. Same with this guy. Both are pretty nice specimens. And I'm leaving 2 there. Let me show you these up close. So Ganoderma applanatum. It's a really powerful ally. So it's got the white spore surface, kind of like an eggshell on the top. I will slice him up and dehydrate him as well. There's both of them there. Very nice. And they're called the artist conch because if you mark on them, see how it's brown underneath? So if you mark on them, it goes brown underneath, and that little marking will stay there forever. So that's a really good find for me. So finding, and I have no trouble putting these two in the same bag. I brought more bags in case I see something that I'm not sure of or something I don't want to mix with my Ganoderma tsugae. It's Ganoderma night here at the Creepy Hole Hollow. So yeah, these two can go right in the bag with my Ganoderma tsugae. I wish I had a big basket, man. If anybody knows anybody with a big basket or a pack basket, those are, I see those on the Nova Scotia Mycology Facebook page sometimes. Someone on there makes them and sells them. They're gorgeous, man. Gorgeous basket knapsacks. Yeah, let's make sure I'm all put together. I notice my multi-tool is unhinged. All right, let's keep moving, see what we can see. So if you don't remember why I call this place Creepy Hole Hollow, it's because we're down in a creek bed, down in a bit of a ravine, and there are any number of trees with really creepy holes in them. Big live trees, right? They're alive. They just got great big creepy holes in them. Hence the name Creepy Hole Hollow. So this tree here, I've seen this one before, and last fall I checked on this tree. There is a ton of chaga on this tree, like pounds. And I knew that last fall when I found it. It still had leaves on it. And coming back this spring to look at it, well, there's another huge chunk down here, hidden right there. That's a lot of chaga right there. And then I thought there was more. There's another chunk right there. But when I look up into this tree now, I see that only one tall branch has leaves on it. A few leaves right there. So I've got to make a mental note that come this winter, I'm going to have to harvest some of this chaga because I think this tree is not going to live too many more years, man. So once the cold weather sets in this fall, this winter, or even early next year, I'll have to come back and grab as much of this chaga as I can. Look at it. Crazy. There's a lot of it here. I don't want to be caught with a whole bunch of chaga on a dead tree again. So we'll gather that up. Oh my. Well, there we are. We made it to the face. I forget how long it takes to get from the bottom all the way up to the top. Other than the Ganoderma applanatum and the chaga there that I'll come back for this winter, I didn't see too much of anything else. Plants and stuff, that was about it. Now I brought stuff to make a cup of tea out here, but man, it's getting on. I've got a flashlight and I know where I'm at, but I mean, it's getting on. It's getting pretty late, so I've used up my time that I would have used for a nice cup of tea and a break. I'm still going to take a break because I'm really warm and the flies are really starting to ramp up. So I'm going to have some water and just sit and listen to the brook instead of having a tea right now. Then I'm going to head her up over the hill and try to get back to the car and get home at a reasonable time. That's the thing, when mushrooms start, you can get, well, a mosquito biting my hand. You can get wrapped up pretty quick in them and lose track of time pretty quick. I tell you what, I could not be happier with this drift though. I'm going to fly in my throat. This was exactly better than I had hoped, right? I had hoped to come back, and if those 3 first Ganoderma tsugae I found were still there, I was going to harvest 1. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I sat down and looked at it. Saw it was still there and in great condition. That was the universe telling me, that's good, you're good, go ahead and harvest that. And then I turn around and look on the hillside, and here's that log laying there with a lot of Ganoderma tsugae on it. And it's going to have more. I should be able to come back in another 5 days or so. I'll come back and check that again and see what else has popped on it. I'm not going to over harvest or anything. I've got all I need now. I've got what I need for the winter now. So I might not even harvest any more at all. We'll see. But what a load of fun I've had out here in the woods tonight. That water is good. Ah, beautiful. Hoping for more like these. I was going to wear my Barma hat, but the bugs, man. The black flies are getting thick, and when you get walking and drifting and you get a little bit warm, right, I'm covered up like I would normally be, but you get walking and going and you start sweating. Unfortunately, I destroyed my pants, so that's no good. So now I need a basket for foraging, and I need new pants because I stepped down getting out of that Ganoderma tsugae spot, and a branch hooked my pants and went right through it. So I don't buy many pairs of pants. So I'm not looking forward to buying a new pair of these ones. I like these ones. Anyway, fun is fun, but done is done. I wish I would have had time for a tea, but I am so grateful for what I did get out of this one. To get down in here and find a whole bunch of Ganoderma tsugae, which I'm lacking, and to find a couple of nice little artist conchs, Ganoderma applanatum, is just perfect, man. Just what I couldn't have hoped for better. I may have to change the name of this hollow from Creepy Hole Hollow to Ganoderma Land, because I got 2 types. I got Ganoderma tsugae and Ganoderma applanatum, Reishi and artist conch. They complement each other beautifully. Anyway, folks, I'm going to pack it up and head over the hill. Had a lovely time. This is it. This is what it's all about. Getting out, going for a look, man. Learning. Spend a lot of time learning about this stuff, and then getting out in the woods and actually finding the things you learn about. It's a great pastime, man. I'm really enjoying it. Well, I'll pack her up and head back over the hill. From here, from the face, this is a good spot in the winter to access because it's close to a road, which is up behind me. So I'm going to shortcut up through there and then hike back down the road to the car. It won't take me long. Beautiful. And my mushrooms, I'm just going to take those home and slice them thin and get them right in the dehydrator. If I think of it when I get home, I'll do a little clip of that too and add it onto the end of this video. So, anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, folks, like I always say, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now. Okay, here we are with our harvest. Bit of after credits here. And I use a fillet knife, just a Rapala fillet knife, because these mushrooms can be very difficult to deal with. They're pretty tough. And I just slice them thin, just like this. Not super thin. I use like one of these slices is what I would put in a tea. So I don't go crazy thin on them. This is my artist conch first. I like to wear gloves when I'm doing this because you have to put quite a bit of force into cutting these up. They're, shall we say, resistant to cutting. There we go. And then I'm just going to spread those out all over my dehydrator. One of my dehydrator trays right there. And that's not a lot, but I mean, every slice represents one tea. So that'll keep me going for a little bit. I'll put the next layer on. And we'll work on our, shouldn't need gloves for these guys. We'll work on our Reishi, or our Ganoderma tsugae. Just clean off my cutting board a little bit. Now, these should slice up very easily. Let's see how they do. They're a little bit more resistant towards the body of the mushroom, but the margin, it's not at all. And again, one slice of this would equate to one tea for me. Apparently you can eat the margins when they're like this, when they're nice and fresh. I've never tried that, so I can't really say. I've made tincture out of Ganoderma tsugae, and I liked it, but for my money and for the amount I seem to get, this would be the most I've harvested at once, I would say. For the amounts I usually find, I find it goes a lot better with just teas. So I don't like to use a whole bunch of it to do up a tincture. Now the big one. I wish I hadn't dropped it in the dirt like I did. I'll just peel that off where the gravel got into it. Away we go. Make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing. See how tough it gets towards the bottom? That's lovely. What a lovely mushroom, man. Ah, things are falling apart. Wow, those are some big slices of reishi, man. Far bigger than I've ever had before. So once those are cracker dry, I'll bust those up into different portions, into smaller portions. It's a lot of moisture in these, so I'm gonna have to crank the dehydrator for probably a while. No idea how long. I'll just keep them in the dehydrator until they're cracker dry. I'm gonna fill that tray with these ones. That's about it for that. Let's put another tray on. Wow. I've never harvested so much Ganoderma tsugae at once. So I'm pretty excited about this. Now we just put our top on our dehydrator, like so. And then I'm gonna set it, power it up. Oh, it's set for 24 hours already. So 95 Fahrenheit is the lowest this goes for 24 hours. That's exactly what I want. I'll check back this time tomorrow and give it more time if it needs it, which I'm sure it will. I'll probably do 2 days, I would say. We'll dehydrate that down to crack or dry, but we'll see. Anyway, hope to see you on the next one. Hope you get to check out the after credits. Bye for now.